What's up, everyone?
Yo, yo, yo.
You'll have. Oh wait, no. Well, maybe you. Either way. So we have back-to-back. Yes, we have a double header because I didn't realize I had already scheduled with Paul for 6. So yeah,
you got back-to-back tonight?
Yes.
There you go.
Which might be the wave during Q4 too, even more often. It definitely will be during Black Friday. That's for sure.
The people need the midnight Black Friday stream.
Yeah, Garrett was down for that, luckily too. I'm like obviously super fucking down.
I would do like 15 minutes, maybe. It depends on where I'm at. If I'm at family's house, I can't be like shouting up in the upstairs. Like
cool, sweet. Good to see all you guys. We got 30 you guys.
Gene, Locomotion. Oh, Gene's got an FBA handle thrown in their YouTube username today.
Yeah, it's the evolution.
The evolution has begun, and then before long, Gene will be gone.
Facts.
What up, Matt Danley?
That's a good name too. What up? Well, my dog 0 Day in the building. What up, 0 Day? Good to see all you guys on here on Instagram as well.
Sweet, yeah. So for those of you guys who are already here, if you're watching on the replay as well, we got the live training going on tomorrow night. Tons of Q4 sauce, doing some Q&A. Should be like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Lots of value. We got a ton of good feedback on the last Q4 class. So if you haven't come, make sure you do. We'll give you some specific strategies, implement them, take notes, all that kind of stuff, and you will see an increase in your Q4 sales if you take action. So see you guys tomorrow night.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that's in the description, and then if you're watching on Instagram, it's in my my link in bio as well. And any questions you guys got, please feel free to let us know. This is a good one here. What shipping service do I use to ship out FBM orders, and are free USPS pickups for any type of packages, and how many packages, or is it limited? So luckily, my friend, I've done USPS pickups for 500 orders in one day before, and I've done USPS pickups for 1 order in one day before. So there's not really a limit. However, eventually, if you're doing enough volume, you'll talk to your postmaster or postmistress, whatever, and have like a specific system around it if you're pumping enough volume. And then in terms of the shipping service you use for FBM, you're going to buy whatever's cheapest through Amazon. So which is generally speaking going to be sub 1 pound USPS, above 1 pound UPS, but USPS has actually gotten a lot cheaper recently too, comparatively. So a lot of the 1 pound stuff might go USPS ground advantage.
Interesting. Nervous about FBM shipping settings. Yeah, if you don't have FBM shipping settings set up, I made a video a couple weeks ago, walk you through templates, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the big thing is just to make sure you guys are doing free shipping for standard orders, but make sure you have a beefy expedited next day, 2-day shipping cost. Because
it's insane what these people be paying during Q4 sometimes.
Steven, my dog Steven, he sold a clothing item for $30 and someone paid $60 for shipping. Yeah,
they needed that Christmas gift.
They did, and what was crazy was it was last week. So yeah. They you gotta make sure.
We haven't seen anything yet. Then.
Hi, bro. I love your videos. Appreciate it. Where do you source Legos? So when you're a beginner, don't worry about looking for places to buy products. Look for products to source and then start from there. We really recommend the reverse sourcing method where you start out on Amazon, find products that fit your criteria, which as a beginner is going to be big name brand stuff, Puma, Adidas, Under Armour, Converse, Nike, items like that, and then go out and look for that across the internet like you see us do in our videos.
Just join the road now. Bang. Glad to have you, Baron.
Search for that.
What up, Jimmy?
Your body bends. But you know about the Minecraft channel right there.
Do you both recommend storefront stocking the best way of sourcing? Yeah, especially if you are new, Alan. Eventually, basically what you're trying to connect the dots is what are the best brands for me to sell and what are the best types of products in those brands, right? So you're just cheating your way to that answer by looking at storefronts, and eventually you'll know where those best products are. You'll find the ones that they sold out on really fast and they're not showing up on storefronts, that kind of thing, and just go straight to the sales you end up sourcing those from. But when you start, it's reverse sourcing.
I'm a little experienced just wondering where people source Lego from. It's wherever you see Lego carried, right? It's going to be Walmart, Amazon to Amazon, which I definitely don't like for beginners, Target, the Lego store specifically. The problem with Lego and a lot of the toy brands, guys, is that Amazon sells a lot of it themselves, unfortunately. So not only do you have to compete with third-party sellers, but you also have to compete with Amazon, and that's a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, it's like metagaming. Like, are they going to go out of stock? Like, yeah, you guys don't have enough capital for it to be like worth the risk.
Yeah, don't be timing the market.
Yeah. What up, Matt? How's it going, man? Do you use TA at all? Not much. We have like one account for our entire team now. It's like fine. I honestly use it more for wholesale than I use it for OA now.
Sure. Yeah. As a beginner, just SellerAmp and Keepa, and you'll be good to go.
FA breakdown is higher. Breakdown was high. I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Yeah, Kevin, elaborate, because there's probably some good data on that we can jam on. I'm just not quite sure what you mean.
Yeah. Number one quality of a good sourcer. It doesn't have anything to do with how good they are today. It's how on the interview were they eager to talk to you? Were they excited about the position? Do they seem like they're going to be willing to learn, or are they just kind of sitting there like? Sometimes you even see them like reading off their screen. They've got scripted answers for you, that kind of stuff. Like, and then week one, you bring them on, like you provide a bunch of feedback. Usually they're going to suck on week one. The ones that are good are going to be like, oh, I see, I'm learning the ropes. They're messaging you like, hey, what'd you mean by this feedback? Like that kind of stuff. They just proactively want to be better.
How much money does it take to get started with Amazon FBA? So like 1 to 3K for inventory is going to be ideal. If you have above that, start with a smaller amount just to build slowly over time. Your Amazon Seller Central account is going to be $40 a month. Keep is going to be $20 a month. SellerAmp is going to be $20 a month. Watching Warner's beautiful face on YouTube, $0. Get after it. You guys are in the right spot too if you're watching it. And come to the free training tomorrow night as well, 7 p.m. Eastern. Link in the description, link in bio.
Keep if seller count jumps from 10 to 40, does it like 30 times? Oh, it's probably like a variation issue then. If it's going like randomly up and then back down and stuff, like it's probably just getting merged with a variation of some kind. And only if it's dropping from high to low would you really care.
Yeah, you guys in Central Florida are blessed. That's the retail arbitrage capital of the U.S. Anyone
like Orlando and Tampa and all that?
Well, predominantly Orlando, but Tampa's going to be better than a lot of places too.
Best items to source for Black Friday. Miles just made a Black Friday sourcing video yesterday, something like that, right?
I posted it today. I posted it earlier today.
Yeah. So go watch that video. But it's really just starting to store items that go up in price during Q4, like we've been harping on day in, day out. You should have a list of products that you just click the SellerAmp button. You see the Keepa chart goes up every Christmas, and then just start making a list of that. Compare that to Black Friday sales that night. You already have basically a list that you want to sell those products, and you're just hoping that they ran a coupon on that kind of thing. A lot of times they will have offered a good deal.
Facts. Because so far it's been extremely hard looking for things. So extremely hard as in you can't find fast selling items. You can't find fast selling products or fast selling items properly, because it should be incredibly easy to find fast selling products. The hard part should be making them profitable. And that comes down to two things, and that these discounts exist on these different websites. And either you have to find it or you have to get it from somewhere else, basically. And you were saying you're a big extroverted guy. So the easiest way is going to be collaborating with other people to solve these problems together. Okay, now here we go. If we really want to put the people on here, ladies and gents. So an insanely good way to make money is taking advantage of the price match policies that these different retailers have. That's all I'm going to say on that. You'll make a lot of money.
A couple people just got rich.
Yeah, seriously. Like guys, check all the retailers around you, because this is like an in-store thing, an online thing as well. It's very, very lucrative too. You have more competitive advantage going in-store because you have way more leverage and negotiating power, and that you can hand the person the $20 bill. You can hand them the Starbucks gift card. You got a lot more leverage than you do online.
You like talking with people, building relationships. There's a reason you should focus on OA first as opposed to wholesale. I mean, yeah, like you're gonna make really expensive mistakes if you start in wholesale. But if that's like your personality, then wholesale long term is probably gonna be more suited to you. So start with arbitrage, make $100 mistakes with arbitrage, and then once you're making a lot less, then jump to wholesale. Otherwise, you're gonna be making a bunch of $1,000 mistakes, $10,000 mistakes.
Yeah, but like regardless, it'll work if you'll cold call 500 people.
Yeah.
Like that's a fact. Like it's quite literally a fact of the universe. Like if you're the type of person that'll do that, like it will work. I promise you. It's just like almost no one will do that.
You'll just pay a premium to start earlier in wholesale, and if that's what you want to do, then do it. There's no wrong answer. Like anything you're doing to actively make your life better and make more money is a good step, Alan. It does not matter how you do it. Like
completely. Yeah, delete TikTok while you're at it too. You stack the Nike 15% with in-store markdowns and sales. Well, yeah, Nick. So that's like kind of the whole point of the Nike new account, that there's pretty much nothing at the outlet that isn't discounted. So yeah, if you're at the Nike outlet, make sure you stack on that 15% new account bonus too.
Do you scan every item in sight when you do retail arbitrage? At the beginning, yes, because you have no idea what sells well. You don't know what brands are good, all that kind of stuff, right? But you're going to start to recognize that, oh, maybe, in this brand, the hoodies are good. And this brand, I like doing the black and white shoes, that kind of stuff, right? So when you start, you got to scan it all so you know what your kind of bread and butter will become.
Don't worry about the aged inventory Jules, until it's been in there a little while. Like, you should be making sure you're selling these items. Should I get now? Yeah, do the ungates now, but also do the auto ungate. There's a bunch of auto ungate stuff too. Why don't I do private label? Private label is awesome. I haven't really devoted the time necessary for it. I do have a feeling long term I'll do some type of private label e-commerce, whether that be on Amazon or just on Shopify, but that's several years out. You guys got me locked in nicely to the Amazon space the next couple of years.
How do you come up with monthly spend goals? Well, ideally, Jacob, you can burn through whatever capital you've kind of allocated to the business. Especially this month, you should have no problem burning through all your capital in November. But in the future, it's basically like roughly double what you spend is what you'll sell is a good kind of metric, right? So you spend 10K, you're going to sell 20K. So whatever you want your sales goal to be, you can set your spend goal accordingly.
It's a fact. What are some brands to get ungated for retail arbitrage with? If you have like Nike and Adidas outlets nearby, that's a great place to start. And the nice thing is that's 2 ungates to sell like over 100,000 ASINs on Amazon, or at least like 75,000.
Probably a couple like big toy brands too. If you end up hitting like discount stores, Walmarts, that kind of stuff.
The nice thing is, like, if you have discount stores nearby, like, it makes a ton of sense just to go in and scan a bunch of stuff, and there'll be a lot of auto ungates that'll actually work. Like, I didn't realize till we put together the auto ungated list, like basically everything is an auto ungate that's not like a major name brand.
Have you ever sold products with transparency FBM? No, only if you have the transparency code. Otherwise, a customer can technically claim they're counterfeit, and you have no recourse against it because it didn't have the transparency code.
Not familiar with what you mean on that, Alan. But at the end of the day, like, anywhere Amazon sellers are hanging out is going to be a good place to build a presence. And over time, you're optimizing to find the 1 to 4 people you're going to talk to every day about this stuff. And that's going to make it so much more fun, so much more profitable, and so much easier to make progress.
Yeah, Facebook. If you want to make 60-year-old friends, probably the way to go. Do you have VAs for source? Do you have any VAs anywhere else?
Not currently sourcing wise. A bunch of
just the homies.
I do so much it's like I do so much sourcing on my own that I just don't need it.
Yeah. I still have a team, Fieldman.
Oh, how many? Like 5+, right?
We're up to. I'm trialing a new guy today too. If we hire him, we'd be at like 12, which is really big. 5. Just to take advantage of all the Black Friday wealth we got going on.
Should definitely make like a virtual assistant team management type of video or something like that, like how to hire people to source products for you or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to get brand approval. No, it's not. Just get that done. You have no other option but to do it. What's better, starting out, FBA or FBM, which has less complications to get started? So FBM has less complications to get started. However, you're going to do a lot of both long term. But definitely, if you're asking that question, like, get some of these auto ungates done and just get stuff listed FBM ASAP, and great things are going to happen. Like, especially if you're in 0-day handling time, like, people are starting to pop off. I'm starting to see people who shouldn't be selling 40 of one item in a day sell 40 of one item in a day right there. So it's go time, right? FBM for sure.
Prices are coming up on stuff too. It's going to really start picking up in like a week probably as people start like going on Thanksgiving break and stuff.
How do you know which listings? Oh, my bad. You got it. That's a good question.
I was just say, Josh is saying after stream yesterday, added some coupon cashback extension, started diving into reverse source and had big breakthrough. Bang. That's all it is, right?
Yeah, it's super important to understand, guys, that as you guys are doing product research for online arbitrage, do not expect stuff to be profitable just on what you Google when you're doing storefront stock. Now, that'll happen occasionally, but you have to understand you don't find winning products, you make them. And that's made through discounted gift cards, finding stuff on sale, coupons these different websites offer. And it seems, yes, when you're getting started trying to find these coupons, the nice thing is almost all of them can be used again and again. So it's actually like that adds a major moat if you know about something and other people don't.
For sure. You're seeing a lot of products that are close to being profitable. Should you track those or just move on? Yeah, track them, Pickle Rick. Yeah, put them on a just call it close to profit or something on a SellerAmp sheet. Click the ASIN, and then just come back on Black Friday sales. Come back when that brand is having a website sale, that kind of thing, and they might be good after that.
Yeah, like that's probably the number one highest ROI thing you can do. That's not like buying an item.
Because you're already doing the work. You might as well not completely erase that item as oh, it's a good item. I wish it was $1 cheaper, and then you just never remember it ever again.
Yeah, because I posted the this Black Friday video, and a big thing I was talking about was that the people who do the best know, or at least have a general idea of what they're going to buy going into it, because they put in the prerequisite work to figure out their favorite opportunities, to figure out their favorite websites, their favorite types of ASINs. They looked back at their old leads. That's an incredibly good thing to do too, with the best buy cost of the year and highest sale prices, highest demand of the year coming up as well.
Only other offers from Adidas shoes you got are FBA at 95. Make sure they're not going to go out of stock first. See if the price went insane last year, and then just wait them out at this point. But I mean, you're just going to have to throw it on there. $95. A lot of times you can get rotation at the same price as an FBM seller. It just depends on how backed up they are on that kind of stuff, how many units they have at FBA, and then I mean, you can do fancy stuff with the repricing rule and all that too if you want to under them by $1, whatever it is, right?
Do you sell on any other platforms? So not currently. However, I got my roots done on StockX and Goat and eBay and Facebook groups.
So beating up on the 60 somethings. I'm not beating up on the 60 somethings. It's just everybody needs to get rich. Everybody needs more money.
It's super interesting how there's so many sports coaches that live into their 80s and then right after they retire, they die. You need purpose. You need to be working on stuff. That's a beautiful thing. With the purchase goal of 500 for November, what are the best RA/OA proxies? If you only got $500, Josh, you got to be flipping couches on Facebook Marketplace and selling books on Amazon. It's just not going to move the needle with only $500. Sure, you're going to be able to learn, but your main driver, you need money fast, and you're not going to be able to get that with Amazon at least fast. You'll be able to get it big over time, but if you only have $500, you need to get a bigger nest egg.
Yeah, service-based biz of some kind, that kind of stuff. Trade time for money instead of money for more money.
Yep. What age did you start this? So I started reselling when I was 14, but I didn't get serious about it until I was 18, and then I started really going hard with it when I was 20.
Thinking of hiring help for FBM in December. Pay per package per hour. What did you pay per package?
No, you can't. I mean, that would be.
It's too hard. Yeah. I mean, it depends on the person too, Tyler. If you got one of the homies and you're trying to hook them up, that kind of thing, you might pay per package. Hourly, I think, is ideal for a biz owner though.
Yeah. Oh, completely. Yeah. Whatever, $15 an hour or something.
Especially if you're in the same room as them, you're just working on it together, that kind of stuff.
Oh, and it's fun if it's someone you like to. Pick the homies from high school you haven't talked to in a minute. That's what I did last year. No, don't set up FBM Prime. You'll hate your life if you set up Seller Fulfilled Prime. Definitely don't do that.
Yeah, it's more it's if you have a warehouse, you got people that they can package it up within a couple hours, get it shipped out the same day, all that kind of stuff. Otherwise, you end up getting a bunch of refunds and stuff.
Can you start wholesale without a warehouse? Yes, dude. You live in New York City, man. Walk into the wholesaler that's down the street from you and say, "Hey, can I buy your stuff?" And then boom, you started wholesale.
Yeah, being in NYC might be the easiest cheat code for wholesale.
That's the only good part about NYC. What do you consider in a new listing? I found a lead that's been up for 500 days, started with an FBM offer, and it tanked. Well, you shouldn't even be worried about how long the listing's been around. You should be focused on the 30 to 90-day data and how easy that product is to find, and that's going to decide how likely it is to tank.
Yeah, I mean, if it's 30, 60 days old, you can worry about it, but if it's 500 days old, that's totally fine.
Been getting Warner, Jimmy, and Cousin Billy mixed up for the longest. Interesting.
That sucks.
I'm not screenshotting that, actually. I'm going to post that in the success channel of the roadmap. Cousin Billy flips.
Damn.
That's like nothing alike. Central Florida pros and cons. No state income tax. Absolutely popping retail arbitrage. Beautiful weather. Cons, no beach. I don't know. Are you considering moving there? Or no, you live there already, right? I don't know. I haven't lived there. I've been there a couple times though.
I feel like Central is like more livable, like long term. Like that's you could have a family in Central.
No. You need to. Seeing the water is so biologically good for your eyes. Will, aren't you married?
You can be near water in Central Florida. What are you talking about? It's a peninsula.
But like biologically, like the ocean. Or I sent, and what do I do from here? Is ASINs can't find them apparently. Yeah. So once the shipment closes, you'll be able to get your money back. Just have documentation ready. It's a good point why you need to have all your orders cataloged in a spreadsheet, so that if you ever have an inauthentic complaint or lost inventory, you can search in that spreadsheet for that ASIN and immediately find the corresponding order numbers. Considering moving back to Texas. Damn, y'all asking for all our geography questions. Bro, I have no idea what it's like to live in Texas. I have no idea.
We can just start making stuff up. You guys can just ask us a state.
Yeah, right.
If that's what this needs to be. Can you jump on a listing where the brand is on it, or always stay away? I would stay away 99.9% of the time. It's just not worth it. Usually they're going to end up, even if they've never kicked people off, they're typically going to start carrying and kick a bunch of people off at once, and you get stuck holding some inventory, IP complaint, that kind of thing. It wouldn't ruin your account. It's just going to cause a headache.
I just ended the
It's hot. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, but even that's like a cope too. Like, because if anyone who says it's hot, like lives in a cold state technically, and like typically hates their life 6 months. Like you're inside most of the time as a human being.
Yeah. What's interesting though is way less people move to the cold than move to the heat. Like Wisconsin, I was looking at something like a chart. It was interesting. Wisconsin is the highest population of people who were born here that still live here, and like some of the fewest that migrated here.
Yeah, that makes sense though. Why?
Yeah. No one typically migrates to the frozen lands. Like
sense to it. Yeah. Fortunately, we have sales tax. You got no state income tax too. How's the muscle building coming on? Chess coming in decently well, but I'm super focused on business, so I'm not like trying to get super tired from like trading card, which is kind of a cope too. But I'm totally making progress. Like if you look at videos of me like 6 months ago versus videos compared to now, like my face is a lot more filled out.
Amazon changed 7-day reserve to 14-day. It's always 14-day reserve.
But a lot of people got an email about it with like kind of the Section 3 stuff. It was a lot of people that had scaled fast too, typically.
Interesting. But it's always, I don't think it's ever been 7.
Well, 7-day reserve past the latest.
Oh, it's for brand new sellers.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll be out of that in like a month or two. Energy. It sucks for the holiday season. It just is what it is this year. You won't have to deal with it next year.
Talk to an accountant in terms of the taxes question.
You just got on dangerous goods program. Awesome. Is there a different? Yeah, you can't buy your shipping through Amazon. We buy ours through Pirate Ship typically. I haven't done like a pallet of hazmat yet. I don't know exactly how you ship that. Pallet. Yeah. Almost half the orders you place get canceled. It's probably depends on where you're buying from. Like search like the free Discord. If you're in the roadmap, search there. You probably see people talking like, have they been able to get orders through on XYZ site you're trying to get through on? Or it's you're not using like PayPal. If your billing address doesn't match your shipping, some sites don't like that. It just really depends on. There's way too many variables to give you like a perfect answer. But
pretty much every listing can be FBM'd and FBA'd, Mitchell. And you should be prepared to squeeze them. You can also just like try to list them yourself and see, but like everything is going to be good. Like 99% of stuff is good to FBA and FBM in terms of like just letting you list it. And then in December, basically everything is good to get the buy box FBM as well.
A lot of times like larger type items are more FBMable than FBA. Like a vitamin, like a vitamin bottle might be less FBMable, but check the SellerAmp buy box stats if you need that reassurance.
0-day handling through December or move it back to C-Day. No. You'll be overwhelmed. The females in your life, whether it be mom, girlfriend, or spouse, they'll tell you. They'll make it very clear. when it's time to go do that. Trust me, they'll make it very clear. That's actually a pretty good litmus test, honestly, just to standardize it on that. That's what's gonna happen. That is exactly what's gonna happen.
If the ones with functioning brains tell us to like slow down a little bit.
Because now that's the thing. You already filled up the garage, right? Your bedroom's full, and it's typically the living room is the last straw, right? Once you start infiltrating the living room, that's when it becomes an issue. Sourcing these days is a lot of like one-on-ones with coaching students typically, or just like talking to my boys like about stuff that happens to go on. Because there's like a couple group chats I made of coaching students like 6 months to a year ago that are still active that I just like get flooded with wealth from that.
Cutoff date, you guys recommend stop doing FBA? Like the 20th, ideally. I'll probably still send a little bit more FBA. I'm not going to be quite as FBM centric. If you're low on capital, you should completely switch to FBM though.
Yeah. Like like November 25th, if you're on the East Coast, it's late, but like it's at the point where you're like saying like, nah, I don't want to make money today. I'd rather make money 2 weeks from now. It just makes no logical sense. It's
not money today. It's $1 today or 50 cents like a month from now.
Exactly. Because that's the thing, guys. The proof of concept you acquire from selling a product a lot quicker is like there isn't a dollar amount tied to that necessarily, but it's really, really important because where you're going to make your money in December is going to be on core ASINs that you can absolutely hammer and sell 20, 50, 100, 500, 1,000 in a single month of one ASIN. I know that doesn't seem feasible to a lot of you guys, but once you move 40 of something in one day, you'll be like, oh my gosh. And then you'll see people that are perpetually in stock on those listings for years. So the nice thing is a lot of the people that were dealing with the Section 3 shit, like all of them ended up being good today.
Pretty much everybody got approved. I saw one person message me and said they had to resubmit today, but I think you're kind of beating the case as long as they just basically wanted to proof that you're a legitimate business. You don't drop ship your products and they're not stolen or counterfeit, and none of you guys are doing that, hopefully.
Which is like a good thing, honestly. You know, we kind of
it's great because like we had the same issue last year with a bunch of high volume listings where there were legitimate counterfeiters or like selling like illegal stuff on Amazon. You just can't compete with people doing that. But this year there's going to be a bunch of that weeded out, so it's going to be even more profitable. I'm excited about the Section 3 stuff.
Do you source from Walmart often? Source from Walmart often. So as a beginner, you shouldn't be manual sourcing. You shouldn't be looking for places to source. You should be looking for products to source. However, Walmart's popping. But like if you go on Walmart expecting to just look at stuff and find stuff, it is going to go horribly. Because that's
what I tried to do back in the day. Probably you too, right? So
of course.
2019, you're just loading up a Walmart tab. It's like, all right, how do I do this? Like,
I just scream from the heavens. Please do not do that.
There was no info, and you had to pay $1,000 for the Nike on gate.
Yeah.
What's the best ways to keep your return rate low? Just stick to products that people know their sizing in. So, like even within certain like high return categories, there's low return products. Like within shoes, Skechers get returned way more than Nikes because they use different molds. Is like an example I like to use. So like you're gonna be able to learn. There's also a what's it called? There's like a return dash. I forget what it's called. On the back end of Seller Central, you can see like very specific return rates per category, per brands, that kind of stuff. It's a really cool resource. Let me know. Put in the comments if any of you remember what I'm talking about. Like this specifically what they call it. Have you ever sold meltable goods? Yeah, absolutely. You just don't want to send them to FBA during the summer, but right now there's a lot of like chocolates and that kind of stuff. They'll be good stocking stuffers and 2 packs of you'll see a ton of listings of people like bundling like different holiday chocolates and a 5-pack of like the seasonal Little Debbie's, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of that.
Do you worry about a listing getting suppressed for holidays? Don't worry. I mean, there's nothing you can do. Like, there's not really much you can do with like to avoid that. Like, so no, not at all. So essentially your students are your VA. I mean, low key, but like that, you know what I mean? There's years of pent up good, like, you know what I mean? Like we're chilling with I'm posted up in the group, I'm hitting them with the good morning every day, right? There's big value exchange there. Time to flex.
They get GM.
Oh my gosh, it's lit. That's what so many people are missing in their life. If so many people had a group chat that they religiously said GM to every morning, like there's like a good amount of their problems would be solved like pretty quick, especially in the Amazon business.
Do you worry about listing getting suppressed for the holidays? No, not especially. Especially if it is a holiday listing, it's not going to get suppressed. Like check and see what they did to it last year. Make sure the prices are consistent. But no.
Yeah, and you can't really work like this is the kind of thing you can't really predict either.
Like there are, by nature of pretty much any business, you do have platform risk unless you are Google, Facebook, one of those companies, and even then they have the platform risk of each other. You have platform risk no matter what kind of business you start. So you control what you can, and sometimes you get a product goes gated or you got to submit some documents here. That's business. That's all businesses.
Seems like I'm spinning the wheels. So the sales tax isn't the issue. It's the lack of knowing about discounts and just how you haven't done it enough too, right? That's the differentiating factor in stuff becoming profitable.
Yeah, if you're paying 9% sales tax, you can also think about Prep Center if you're finding expensive items that would be profitable.
Yeah.
Well, like $1 instead of sales tax.
I mean, you're dripped out in the profile picture. Your name's 509 Trucker. If you get on Twitter, you'll find some homies to build with, and it'll be not a big deal. 2023 advent calendars. Look at how the 2022 advent calendars did. That'll be a great indication.
Yeah, you keep a product finder advent in the title. Add sales rank decreasing rapidly, so you see all the ones that are good again this year.
That's well. That's big well. How to avoid future tanking when sourcing toys for Black Friday? Don't buy stuff, or I mean, you can see the history on items, right? But if you're getting a ping from a Discord with 1,000 people to buy something, it's probably not going to go great. If you're
or like the ones that are on like the front page of the Walmart ad, like.
Exactly. Yeah. Like ideally you're buying stuff that's complicated to become profitable. It's on a Black Friday sale and they have a 10% email sign-up coupon. That's the stuff that's not going to encounter a lot of competition. Yeah.
You bought a discounted gift card, bought on a high cash back day, like all that kind of stuff. They've been wealthy with the cash back so far this month too. It's been insane.
Chad finding a bunch of good stores to reverse source from. The nice thing is just looking at who's selling on your listings that has a lot of reviews. That's like the easy part of it.
Would you recommend to do online arbitrage from South America? Yeah, I would just keep it all in the US if I were you though. Yeah. Get a prep center, all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah. Not even dipped out. I mean, you got the fit. He's got the backwards hat, right? We got the watch, right? He's got the wristband for the all inclusive in there.
You can't cash back in COGS. No, it is bonus money. Sometimes I'll bake it in while I'm making a decision if it pays out 100% of the time, but there's only a few sites that pay out every single time.
How do you decide your profit while restocking inventory? Not sure what you mean, Hazel. Could you restate that? Best way to get in wholesale, cold call 500 distributors this month that are in your local area. That is a guaranteed way that you will make progress. About to play 5v5 pickup. Interesting. Okay, you look like you got a little Luka Doncic in you. You look like you got some wiggle. Now, Luke, you're looking maybe 5'10", so you better be hitting the backboard on the layup.
Maybe a spot of like a Joe Ingles in there too.
Oh, well, if he's a lefty potentially, right? If he's a lefty. Now, Luke, I am expecting you to make the swing pass when you catch it on the wing, though, right? You're a team player, right? You understand we're all better together, right? So I do expect swing pass on the perimeter too.
For the same units, cost different amount to ship to each one. I mean, you can just
average it out.
Yeah, average it out. I'm not sure why you have 4 units that are all going to a different spot either.
Yeah, well, he's probably FBMing.
FBM,
buying non-platform based third-party.
Yeah, just take the shipping expense immediately. It's not COGS.
Where can I start watching these videos from the beginning? So if you want to see more helpful stuff like this, definitely get registered for the free training going down tomorrow. And then all the streams, at least for now, I'm probably going to stop leaving them up super long, but they're all on my YouTube for like the past month as well. Bro looks nothing like Aaron Gordon. You're crazy.
Did you find the video on variations? I haven't made that one yet. It's still a Twitter thread for now. More.
Are you friends with your coaching students? Oh yeah, like some of the ones like I hang out with in person. Like all those people I was hanging out with like last weekend was all, or I guess 2 weekends ago was all coaching students, and or 90% of them from PS. So yeah, the links for that in the description if anyone's interested. I need that video. So what do you have a video on breaking down variations?
No, I was just talking about it.
That's like one of those hella important topics that it'd be impossible to make a clickbait title.
Yeah, no one would click it. Like, yeah,
that's the problem.
The problem is it's an important video, but 500 people would watch it, and it's just not worth the effort.
I was at FIAMing, had my first expedited main. See, now here we go. Yes, you should not be losing money on expedited orders. You should be making money on expedited orders by typing a lot. No, flips for miles _12 is not my page. I only have one. It's flips for miles, and it's the only one that has posts from years. You can scroll back. You can watch the evolution.
Yeah, I made the thread more. I just haven't been meaning to turn it into a video. Checking all the cashback apps for payable amounts. Yeah, that is the thing. If you end up using like, I try to stick to like 4 or 5. Otherwise, like if you go to the max rate every time, you're gonna have like $20 in like every cashback service on the planet. It's just a lot to keep track of.
You're not a real one if you weren't looping the Rakuten referrals back in the day, back in the Brokey days. So directly through Seller Central for FBM, and then honestly, like FBM should be a mad dash. Like if you're worried about systematizing it, you're not selling enough items. Like your main bottleneck should be getting the items in the packages and getting them out on time. Like the sourcing part's easy if you're doing it right? Like obviously if you have capital and such. Like your main bottleneck should be scrambling to get the orders out on time. I've been on Amazon for almost 8 months now. I have not made $800 profit. I need help. Okay, well, you're in the right place. I'm going to assume that you probably don't have any friends that sell on Amazon, right? Which is a major component of this. So I would definitely get on social media and start documenting, and you'd be shocked at how many people want to help you.
It's also like 8 months. You probably have not put in daily effort for 8 months to only make $800. Like,
yeah, because like certain ASINs, you can literally go back in retrospect and see how profitable certain ASINs can be. Yeah, delete Snapchat. Well, yeah, actually do delete. Yeah, delete Snap. That's probably
that's step one of starting an Amazon business.
Yeah. Delete Snapchat, delete TikTok, and then if you really want to get rich fast, you have to delete your personal social medias too.
How did you meet? We followed each other on socials because we were both documenting the journey. Miles sent me a message and been chopping it up since then.
And then we got on Zoom and I tried to find his store for like an hour.
Yeah, you guys tried to,
no, it was just me. It wasn't Garrett.
Tried to go menace mode.
But basically, actually, the story on that, right, is so during COVID in October of 2020, I made this group chat. It's actually still going to this day. And we would just add people that we fucked with that were doing Amazon reselling and just making money online. And like, Warner was added to that, and it's like a bunch of other people got added to that. And we just chopped it up for a while. You guys wait for Black Friday to buy heavy, or do you buy pre-Black Friday deals? If the numbers make sense, the numbers make sense. However, if it's not like a pre-Black Friday deal and it's like November 18th, probably don't buy it and just wait to buy it cheaper during BFCM. Actually, that's a good point too.
Right mix.
Yeah, listen to the big booty mixes too. Actually, yeah, do listen to those as well. That's very important.
Having difficulties ensuring clothing you're buying matches the ASIN. Check like the fabric blend on the page if you're not super sure.
Yeah, go to Lister family. Yeah, go to Lister right there. Yeah. Buy the people for the people. How exactly does hazmat work? If you have, so you can just FBM hazmat, I think, right from the get-go, right? I think you can. Right?
Yeah, you can hazmat. You can FBM hazmat. Just don't break any laws or anything. Obviously, like with the shipping settings you choose, don't ship it like first class, that kind of stuff. But yeah, you can do it right away. It's actually, from what I've heard, it's a hack to like get approved for FBA hazmat faster.
Do you have a higher ROI expectation when you buy products cheaper on Black Friday? Indirectly, yeah, just because you'll be selling it at the high demand times of the year, but it's completely up to you. Like, you're going to make your money in volume, not in higher ROIs typically. So it's completely up to you based on how good you are at sourcing. After playing about 2 basketball games in the last 2 years, I can confidently say I can beat Miles in a kickboxing sparring match. Now, those two things are not correlated whatsoever, but you did just admit that I can bust you on the court. I have no kickboxing experience, so that is true. Yeah, I mean, like I'm coming straight to the right, 2 dribbles to the right, pump fake, you fly by, and I make the layup every time the first possession. How exactly does hazmat work for FBA? So you have to get approved for it. It's like a specific program. With an Amazon, you have to get approved for it. I start with 1,000. You go deep on one product. Now split it up, diversify. Split it up, diversify. Most used poly bag sizes like 4x8 and 9x12. Cool, sweet. All right, so we're gonna hop off for now. Make sure you guys get registered for the free live chain, and then in 20 minutes, I'm going live with one of my friends that does wholesale. I didn't realize I double booked today, so we'll be back. Right,
double stream.
Yes, 6 o'clock Eastern.
Great hanging out with you guys. We'll see you guys on the class tomorrow, 7 p.m. Super valuable. Excited to chop it up with you guys. Q&A. Lots of fun stuff to share with you guys.
Check that out. Link in the description.